Welcome back to another EDD-Toolbar project update. Today I'm going to show you how I've created a directory list tool and built it right into Excel. Now I know what you're going to say, Nikolai, you already had a Dir List tool, you just copy and pasted the code. Yes and no. Let me show you what I'm actually talking about. So in this toolbar that we have import export, which you already saw before, we had import zip, which is where we can take content of a zip file and load directory list of that, or we can take a PST and ingest metadata from a PST file right into Excel. So now we have this other option called import Dir List, and this is the same option as I had before in my old project toolbar file list. So if we're going to click on import and we're going to pick a folder and select and auto size some stuff here, we'll have a basically directory list. This one is a little bit more sophisticated. It gives you more fields. So you get your full name, your file name, your extension size, date. But basically it's a directory list, right? So we have PST, zip files, and some loose files. So that's good. That basically replicates this functionality. But we are taking this to a next level. So what we're gonna do is make a new sheet and say scan inside PST and scan inside zip, and we're gonna do same thing again. And now what this toolbar is gonna do is it isn't just gonna make a directory list, it's going to go into those container files and load the content, right? So if we say scan PST inside PST, then all these options would apply to this tool, just like they would apply to this button. And if we say scan inside zip, then, well, there are no options. But the third option we have is exclude opened containers. And what that means is if we are going inside the zip file and inventorying content, do we also want to put the actual zip file on the list, right? So if you're doing like a gigabyte tallies, it wouldn't make sense to put the zip file on the list because then you're listing things twice. Same thing with the PST file. If you're loading the content of a PST, you may or may not want the actual PST listed. So this is what that option does. Now, if I'm going to resize this correctly, we can see that, well, my screen resolution is kind of low, but we have our PST and we have content of the PST, which you can see by from, to, and our subject. And if we're going to keep going, let's grab this guy right here. We'll see that content of the PST was loaded. Why I'm having scroll issues here. And if we get to the bottom, we have content of the zip files loaded, which is also indicated this is a doc inside the zip. And we have our loose zip files here too. So now we're not able to just load either PST or zips. We can just do a scan of a directory, and whenever we find a container file like zip or PST, we can expand and go inside that file. All right, so that's kind of what I built. What I think I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna start doing something I really hate doing, and I'm gonna start transferring some of these tools from here into not necessarily this toolbar, but into this toolbar project, right? Because these two are both like old projects that I'm trying to replace, move the code into a new one. So I'm gonna start working on that and transferring as many of these tools as possible into here. So this way I have more of a complete toolbar that I can start sharing with people. And once I do that, then I can continue sort of innovating and creating new stuff in here. That's tentative plan. We'll see how that's gonna go. But for now, I am really excited about this import Dir List button. I think it's really cool, and how these things are all kind of work together. Like this does a Dir List and it calls up this piece of code whenever it finds a PST, and then it calls this code when it finds a zip, and it all kind of integrates together. I don't know, I'm excited about things like that. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out this update. This toolbar not yet available to anybody because it's in development, but I'm sure it'll be available soon. For now, stay tuned for a next update about EDD Toolbar. Thanks for watching.